All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at the Diamond Series B&M 14-foot rod, okay? Here's the things that I like about it. The eyes are really well made, and that's one of the reasons that I bought it. They did a very good job on the eyes on this rod. They really did, and I give them credit. However, the feel is just not for me. I lost 8 fish. The video that I did in the tornado weather, I made myself catch fish on it instead of going back to the Jinko. But the feel was hard to detect the bite, and I'm looking at it on live scope. So it could be a good rod for somebody else, but for me, no. There's better rods than the price point for $100. Bonehead would be a better rod. So I wrestled with making this video. It's weeks after that video was made, and I was wrestling on putting that video out, and I didn't. And I've been sitting here thinking and thinking. Then I was like, there are people who think like me when they get ready to buy something, and they want to look at other people's reviews and see what they say that actually have the product. I had the rod. The rod didn't last but one trip for me. I went and got my money back. The reason that I ended up buying the B&M Diamond Series 14-footer was because I fish timber a lot. And when I fish timber a lot, I fish with Jinko. My rod of choice right now is the Jinko X Series. I got 2 10s, 3 13s, X13s, and 2 X15s, right? Well, the 10s have a different feel to them, and I love the hook set on the 13. I like the length of the 13, so I use my 15s less. Well, I wanted a rod that was I wanted another Jinko, but Bass Pro was out. While I was in the store, I saw the Blue Diamond B&M rod, 14-foot, 2-piece, beautiful rod. The rod cosmetics is what got me. The aesthetics of the rod with the rod eyes and the silver and the threading, it is top notch. It stands out. The feel of the rod, no, I can't deal with it. The feel of the rod, I can't deal with it. I lost fish that I didn't even know was hooked while looking at the fish on live scope. I couldn't detect the bite in the rod tip. It's not a good feel for me. It's not knocking B&M. B&M been around longer than I've been alive. I think they've been around over 50 years, and I know I'm over 50. So if you are looking for a 14-foot rod and you don't care about the feel, you just looking for the length, get it. Go grab it. Do what you got to do. The rod's only $100. If you're looking for a better feeling rod, I think there are more options out there for you. I'm Jinko only for the most part. If it's not a Jinko X Series, I ain't putting it in my hand. The only way I will is if I got to go to my Bonehead backup, because Bonehead makes a very good rod. I would still be with Bonehead rods. The E Series or the Green Series had Bonehead went from a 12 to a 13, 14, or 15. Bonehead don't make anything over in their E Series over a 12-foot rod. Well, they jumped out and made the 16-foot rod for the Tommy Ezel version because he's their spokesman. And I don't want a 3-piece rod. And that rod, not a fan. Nothing against Tommy, nothing against Bonehead. The E Series and the Green rod is a phenomenal rod. Tons of backbone, can boat flip 2-pound fish with no problem. But they didn't make the lengths that I need. So that's what got me to searching for a longer rod. That's when I ran across the Jinko. This review is about the B&M Blue Diamond Series, but I'm giving you a background of the rods that I'm actually having in my hand to say that it's not a better rod than that. The problem I have is the U-bow that the doggone rod on the load goes through. 8 fish I lost. 8. All of the fish that were seeming to be over 1.4, 1.5 pounds, it wasn't easy to get in. The rod U-shapes over so much that you have to put your hand in the middle of the rod. So you got your arm back here holding the rod, boom. And then you got to take your other hand and put it in the middle of the rod to lift the rod up. That's not a good backbone rod to me. It could be for you, but for me, it's not. When I say my rod has a backbone, if I took a bonehead rod or a X Series Jinko and I wanted to lift the fish up out of the water with one hand, he coming up out of there, okay? I didn't like the load of the rod. So that's my 2 cents on it. And I'm only making a video so somebody can have a viewpoint, because right now, a lot of reviews that people are making, these people are kind of on the pro staffs. Everybody's on somebody's pro staff marketing stuff, and it's more of a marketing thing versus this is my honest opinion thing. I can get it. I mean, you got to sell, you got to do what you got to do to move your product. But for me, I'm not on anybody's staff. I don't fish like that. I'm not even a fisherman. I'm just a dude that know how to catch fish. I do other stuff for a living. But if you're looking for the Blue Series Diamond, the Diamond Series B&M 14 foot, it's not for me. Okay? It could be for you, but at least you were able to say that you had a review that told you what to look for. Go try the rod. You might like it. You may be the type of person that says, the only thing I need in this rod is it being 14 foot. I don't care about the feel and everything else. Go do it. Okay? Go do it. But for me, I need a little bit more out of a rod, or require more out of a rod, because I'm spoiled on the rods that I've been fishing with. Price point wise, Bonehead makes a better rod than what I felt in that 14 series, but they don't have a 14 series. So, hey, it's up to you on what you want to do. Maybe this video helps somebody that was thinking about the rod itself. And me, I'm Jinko X13 and Jinko X10 and Jinko X15 from here on out. Those rods, that's the real deal to me. The 10s, though, I will say, have a different set than the 13 and the 15. The 13, look at my face, man. Let me get closer. The 13 hook set on the Jinko X13, it's melodious, man. It's like the world just stops spinning and everything just slows down. It's just phenomenal. That X13 and X15, when it hook sets, it's coming in the boat. You got a better chance of breaking the fish's jaw coming out of the water with the jaws and the body just float to the top than you do if it's a good hook set and getting off. If you got a good hook, that's it. The rod has already done all the work. All you gotta do is get them in the boat. But hope this video helps somebody, man. Sorry for dragging it out so long. Where somebody is like, hey man, I'm looking at this rod, I'm gonna go buy one. I don't want you to be disappointed like me, spending gas money to go back out there to get it back. But go try it. It just ain't for me. Have a good one.